It's a UFC Hall of Famer, one of the greatest fighters of all time, George St-Pierre. The man needs no introduction, but now he's got new news, man. He's got his own clothing line now, thanks to Blue Chip. George St-Pierre, why did you want to get into this product line of clothes, man?
Well, I don't compete anymore, so you want to leave something for the fans. It's part of your legacy. You want to leave something that the fans can remember you for, and it's a nice piece of art that have been done with Eric Owing. He's a professional photographer. It showcased different emotions and value that I've strongly carry with me through all my career, and it's a collection that is really made for the fans, 100%.
I love it, man. It's for anybody that wants to get it. It's bluechipteam.com is the website. That's where you can go to get it. I think I'm gonna I like the stylized fleur-de-lis, man, like the GSP fleur-de-lis. That's a cool little look there, man. Listen, I gotta imagine you get nonstop offers, man. People trying to work with you, people wanting to produce things with you. So I mean, how do you sort through them all and decide, no, this is the one that makes sense for me?
Yeah, it makes sense because they've been they are very, very good in this field. You know what I mean? They're very renowned. A lot of other great athletes have partnered up with them. And also on top of it, the guy that does the collection, he's a friend of mine, Eric Williams. Because he's a friend of mine, he makes me very comfortable when he takes the picture. So it makes things more authentic. So I really like to work with him, and I think it was the perfect matchup.
You know what? It's really great when you get to that point in your life where you can work with the people you want to work with, right? You don't have to work for people you have to work with. I think that's a goal for anybody in life. Work with the people that you want to work with.
Yeah, I agree because it's more authentic. You can put a lot more heart into it, and you do it for fun as well, you know. And I believe when you do things for fun because you love it, it's more playful, and that's how you get better at it. That's how you can make things even better.
100%. Well, it's not the only thing you got going on. Of course, Karate Combat is nearing the first live finale, man. What a big opportunity this is. Listen, I think the Karate Combat product is cool. I wasn't sure if people were going to buy into it, but it seems like it's gaining some momentum, man. Talk to me about what you think about Karate Combat.
Oh, yeah. Karate Combat is great because now the karate athletes have a place where they can go pro. You know what I mean? It's a full contact sport, very, very fast paced. It's a very efficient combat sport. And we see the best karate fighter at their best right now in it, competing. And it's great because if you're, you can compete, in kickboxing, you can compete, like a lot of other combat sport have their pro league, you know what I mean? But now karate has one that you can compete in, like boxing, kickboxing. So it's very interesting under karate rules, mixed karate rules. So the guy that come from, for example, Kyokushin or Shorin Ryu, Shotokan, are not in their element. So what they did is they integrate different rules of different style of karate. They put them together to see who will come out on top, and it's very interesting. It's a big, it's a pit. You know what I mean? It's not in a ring, so there's a lot of room for movement and mobility, and it's pretty cool. It's with small gloves. That's what karate is made. Karate is made for the street, so it's with the small glove, like mixed martial art.
It's funny too because people are starting to figure out how to use that pit. You know what I mean? It's becoming part of the fight itself, and I think what people need to realize too is what you said. It's not as if this is like guys that couldn't make it in mixed martial arts, so they came in and did Karate Combat. These are guys that are coming from the Olympics. I mean, coming from the highest level, and they're getting to compete in their discipline. So if anybody hasn't checked this out, you're not getting some watered down martial art. You're getting the absolute best in the world at what they do.
Yeah, exactly. If you're let's say you're one of the best judo practitioner in the world, you're not gonna go into mixed martial art. You're gonna do judo or boxing. You're gonna be competing in boxing. You're not gonna go into mixed martial art or kickboxing. Same thing. Sometimes we see guys at elite level that make the transition, but most of the guys that are elite in a particular sport, they want to compete in their particular sport. They want to showcase their skill in the sport which they're doing the best. And that's what we're gonna see in karate. That's what we're seeing in karate combat. The best karate practitioner in the world.
I love it. People should definitely check it out. As far as your martial arts journey, I see you down there training with John Danaher. I see you still getting that grappling in. What, are we going to see you in some grappling matches? I commentate Fury Professional Grappling on UFC Fight Pass. We'd love to see you there, George St-Pierre. We'd love to see you come get some grappling in.
Yeah, maybe. I don't say no. I mean, my days of serious competition are over now, but I'm not saying I will never compete again for fun. I'll do it maybe for the kick of it. But yeah, if it's something that if there's something interesting, maybe I will. We'll see. 100%. But I don't train to compete right now. I'm trained to stay in shape because I love it. I enjoy doing this. I love to keep my head in the game. It's like fashion, you know. If you don't, fashions evolve over time, you know, and martial art is the same. If you let go for a year or two, then you come back, things has changed, you're lost, you know. So you wanna stay active to keep your head in the game, to not lose anything.
I love it. And you're training with the best grapplers in the world just to kind of stay in shape.
Oh yeah, like my last round yesterday was with Gordon Ryan, like ADCC style. It was terrible. It was painful, but I love it. I really enjoyed it. It helps me. Even I'm 41 years old. I believe I'm even better than I was before. I'm still improving.
I love it. What's your viewership of UFC like this days? Do you watch UFC every weekend? Is it only big fights? Is it how much UFC are you taking in?
I don't watch all the fight. There's too many, but I watch the fighters that I enjoy watching fight. I'm gonna watch the big finals this weekend for sure. I'm gonna watch. I like Shevchenko, Joanna Jędrzejczyk. There's a lot of guys that I really enjoy watching fight, but I don't watch all of them, of course.
Yeah, I had a feeling you were going to be watching this weekend. I wanted to get your thoughts on Glover Teixeira versus Yuri Prochazka, right? Because Glover's an old guy, right? He's the guy that we could cheer for. He's an old man, but Yuri, man, this is dangerous.
Yeah,
that's right.
Count Glover Teixeira out. I think he's at his best right now. He's very clever. His fighting IQ is very good, and he's very well rounded. He can do it all very well. However, the other guys, Prochazka, he's a different breed of fighter. I mean, he's so strong. He's a finisher, you know. Like, so I believe if the fight is maybe one, or if it goes in the finish in the first, second, or maybe third round, is because maybe Prochazka gonna get the W. But if it goes later, maybe it's because of Teixeira was able to use his experience to apply his game plan and perhaps win the fight. So I don't know. It depends how it will go. You know, fight can be different from one day to another. You know what I mean? So I think it's not necessarily the best man that gonna win the fight will win Saturday. It's gonna be the man that will be able to apply his game plan the best.
I love it, man. I can't wait for this. It's a great fight because of exactly what you said. George, I know you're a busy man, but I got to ask you one question. Your name keeps getting brought up in debate. You, of course, one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time, but now people are saying Kamaru Usman has passed you as the greatest welterweight of all time. What do you think? I know it's probably impossible for a guy to say, no, I'm the greatest of all time, or he is, or what. But what do you think when people compare? What do you think when people say that debate? Has he passed you as the greatest welterweight of all time?
It's a different time. We competed against different people in the different time. I think Kamaru Usman, he could be the greatest of all time right now. However, I think you need to wait until the end of the career of someone before saying he's the greatest of all time, because sometimes your stock can go up or it can go down, you know. But he's definitely out there, you know what I mean? He's definitely amongst the best of all time, you know what I mean? 100%. He's on a tear. I really enjoy watching him fight.
Does it bother? I mean, listen, I know you're a martial artist, you're respectful, but does part of you go like, nah, man, I'm the greatest of all time. You know what I did. What do you do? Stop this talk.
It does, and believe it or not, it does not bother me at all. I retired, and you know why I retired? because I realized in my life, when I was young, I was very competitive. I wanted to be the best. I wanted to be known as to be the best. My legacy was very important for me. That's pretty much the thing that I cared the most at the time. It was my legacy. I did it to become the best. I was not only competing against my opponent, I was competing against the other guy in the sport because I wanted to be the best. I really cared about what people think about me. Now, the reason why I retire is because I only care much about what the people I love think about me. You know what I mean? Now my head is that I don't care about the people that don't know me. I don't care. You know what I mean? It's not gonna affect my life. And I realize that this is what is more important. But you don't want to realize it too early in your life when you're competing, because you're gonna lose the edge. So it's good that you're hungry and you want to be the best, you know. But at one point, something will happen. A switch will happen in your mind, and it will make you be more happy in life, because you'll be able to relax. Because as a competitive nature of the sport, mixed martial art is, and as a competitive, you need to become one of the best. That's how you need to be. But you can't live like this through all your life. At one point, time catch up to you, and you need to let it go. And for me, that was very hard for me to let it go. But once I passed that point, that mental state of letting it go, I felt good with myself, and I don't mind at all. It does not bother me, not one bit.
I love it.
I'm
George
very
St-Pierre.
happy for all the fighters that are doing very well. Usman, all the guys. Adesanya is up there. He's among one of the best as well. All the guys that are competing, I think they deserve the credit, and they're on the spotlight right now. And I think the fighters of today's are better than the one of yesterday, and the one of the next generation will be better than the one that we have today. Because, like Einstein said, if I was able to see further than my predecessors, because I'm standing on shoulders of giants. They already start with they have start with a head start. You know, so it's the same thing. That's why the performance in sport get better. That's why Usain Bolt run faster than Jesse Owen. Maybe he's not really better, but he has access to more knowledge and more technology. Therefore, he had a head start on Jesse Owen. It's the same thing in combat sport. The only difference is we don't have any instrument to measure the performance. It's always subjective. Oh, Tyson is better than Muhammad Ali. This guy is better than this guy. This guy. The truth is, there are some guys that could last long, but time will catch up to you sooner or later. You can't stop the progress. Things get better over time. And as good as they are today, the best fighter of all time, the real GOAT, might not even be born yet.
That's the truth. Phenomenal insight. George St-Pierre, we miss you around the sport, man. We miss having you around. That's why you got to go to bluechipteam.com, wear his stuff, because this dude is a great representative of MMA. Man, you always represented the sport well, and you continue to do so, George St-Pierre. So thank you for the time, man. Always amazing to hear from you.
Thank you, sir. Take good care. Bye-bye.